Hey everyone, this is Roland here. Welcome and thank you for being here. And today I want to encourage you and say that you are not a write-off. And yes, you may think you have been forgotten by man, but God does not forget. He sees you. He knows the plans that He has for you. And I want to share a story with you from the Word of God, and it's about David and his dad. And we know the story. So the prophet Samuel, God sends him to anoint a new king, and God tells him where to go. He says, go to the house of Jesse. And so he goes, and we know the story. So Jesse is going through his sons, right? From the eldest, like the strongest and the most experienced, because when a prophet comes to anoint you, they all know why. They all know that, it's to be a king. So obviously he's going to choose the best. He's going to choose the strongest, the mightiest. And of course, so he goes through the eldest and he's going down the line. But I want to read something very interesting when we get to the end of this. And I want to read from 1 Samuel 16, and let's start from 8. And it says, Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel. And he said, Neither has the Lord chosen this one. Then Jesse made Shammah pass by, and he said, Neither has the Lord chosen this one. And Jesse made 7 of his sons pass before Samuel. Now, this is the interesting part. And Samuel said to Jesse, Yes, are all your sons here? And that is so interesting. Can you imagine? So Jesse sends all his 7 sons, and he forgets about David. He actually forgets because it's the prophet who then asks the dad and says, wait, are all your sons here? And look at the response. And he says, and he said, There remains yet the youngest, but behold, he is keeping the sheep. And Samuel said to Jesse, Send and get him, for we will not sit down till he comes here. And we know the rest of the story. The rest is history. So even though Jesse forgot, even though the brothers forgot, God did not forget. Even though David may have been a write-off, like he's the youngest, he's out in the field with the sheep, nothing's gonna happen with him. But you know what? God knew, and God had a plan for his life. And I want to encourage you with that, and remember that God has a plan for your life, and that even though people may not see it, God does. And you need to trust in God. You need to seek the Lord, because even though David was out in the field and with the sheep, guess what? He was still seeking God. He had a strong relationship to God. He was praising God. He was praying to God. He was bringing his trials to God. And it's God who promoted him. It's God who opened the door. It's God who gave him purpose and calling. And that's what we need to understand. So this is my encouragement to you, that you are not a write-off. And with that, I've come to the end of this episode. I will see you next week, and God bless.